If you've been on the internet for any amount of time, everyone has an opinion on everything. Now, they're not always hot takes. I take hot takes as something generally people won't agree with, or it might be sort of out of the norm. So that's what this video is going to be. We're going to talk about some of my favorites, some of my least favorite parts of the Pokemon game. It's going to be the video game, the TCG, it could be anything. It could be anything about the series, the anime, the manga. We're going to get into it and talk about it now. Let me know yours in the comments below though. I love to read hot takes on Pokemon, so give me your spiciest. But let's get into my first one with Pokemon Sword and Shield are great games. Now I am going to talk a little bit about each one, and I don't want to dwell on it too long, but to explain, I think as a kid, Sword and Shield was the dream game for me. It's almost open world, you can explore, you just run into Pokemon in the wild, you can see them in the wild as well, you've got the raids. There's so many interesting parts of it. I quite enjoyed the story. Obviously, the only downside is the difficulty, and I think it's far too easy. But with the new release of Scarlet and Violet, I could see that being my favourite Pokemon game, honestly. Obviously, the nostalgia of things like Red and Silver and all of that is always going to be there, so it's going to be difficult to put this number one, but I do think it was an incredible game. Reverse Holos in the TCG suck. Now, I know people collect these, I think they're better than Holos. I don't get it. You can't read the card as well. They're overwhelming to the senses. Just not for me. Trade Evolution is not a good mechanic. I get that it promotes trading and it's supposed to be like a community thing where people come together to evolve these Pokemon. But in reality, that doesn't happen. People are awkward. I'm awkward. The amount of times I've had Pokemon stuck on their stage 1 form because I can't trade them or won't trade them. Especially early on. It was rare you could find anyone to trade, let alone that they would have the cable and the cable would work. I remember losing a legendary bird I was trading because of the lead breaking, or stopped working anyway, it didn't just snap. The best starter Pokemon is Piplup, the best stage 1 starter is Croconaw, and the best stage 2 starter is Blaziken. I would also accept a Charizard on that last one. Miltank is good for the TCG. To go a step further, I think control decks in general are good for the game. It makes you evaluate your play. Obviously, normally decks are quite quick and they look to do one single thing, and by doing that, they could take away from beating other decks. Control keeps that in line, and I think it is important for the game. But to say that, my second point would be, I hate control decks. Flareon is the best of the evolutions. I'd also accept Umbreon. This one was difficult. I love a ton of the evolutions, but Flareon recently in particular has been one of my favourite Pokemon, so it had to be. My girlfriend wanted to add Charizard sucks. Obviously, I can't support that kind of hot take, but I said I'd put it in here. Let me know what you think in the comments on that one. Trainer Gallery cards might be the best set or subset of Pokemon ever made. These cards are absolutely gorgeous. They depict really incredible images. They've got the trainer in, so they're very unique. I do think there is no card that stands up to these, and I do think they are best in the game right now. I am trying to collect all of them, so I'm trying to stay on top before I get too far behind. But yeah, they are absolutely gorgeous. Ghost is the best Pokemon type. Now, it's always hard to choose because it's hard to decide your favorite Pokemon. But for me, Gengar's an easy one. I love Pumpkaboo, I love Trevenant, I love Mimikyu. There's so many ghost Pokemon, it just makes it an easy decision for me. Dusclops is another one of my absolute favorites, so it had to be Ghost. Vanillux and Garbodor are great Pokemon. Now, these are two Pokemon I always see get a ton of hate because they're based on like icicles, ice cream, and literal rubbish. But I think the designs are good. I think they look good. I think in the TCG or the Pokemon game, they always have cool abilities and make them usable. I just think they're great Pokemon. I honestly think they look good. I like the designs. I would happily put these on my team, and I don't understand the hate for them. Going off Ghost as the best Pokemon type, I think it's difficult to choose, but I think Steel is probably the worst type for me. I can't think of many Steel Pokemon I like. Scizor's kind of cool. Lucario is cool, but he doesn't even feel like a Steel Pokemon. So, I don't know. I feel a lot of the Pokemon just don't fit the type in, and the ones that really fit the type in, I don't like. Again, I think, is Zacian Steel? I'm trying to think of the card game. In the card game, he definitely is. So another Pokemon I like from it, but all the others, meh. We need more dog Pokemon. Now, people might disagree with this one, and up until a few months ago, I wasn't a massive... I'd never had a dog, so the idea of pets didn't really appeal to me. I've been spending a ton of time with like families, dogs, my sister-in-law, my mother-in-law, and I am obsessed with them now. They are the cutest things in the world. I need more dog Pokemon. Fido is definitely the right idea and we need to see more of this. Although saying that, is this a hot take? I think people in general love dogs. I think this is maybe just a hot take for me personally. Alternative formats like Gym Leader Challenge and Cube are the best ways to enjoy the Pokemon TCG. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Standard, I love crafting decks, I love trying to counter what's relevant at the moment, and all of that stuff. There's something so sweet and innocent about Gym Leader Challenge and Cube. You're basically going to build these decks just for fun, and that's what the game should be about. And these formats for me promote it the most. Darkrai is the best legendary. That might wind you up a bit, so I'm going to move on to the next point. Nobody cares the difference between mythical and legendary. They are big, exciting Pokemon. We all know what we mean when we say mythical or legendary. Why does there need to be a divide? The worst starter Pokemon is Snivy, the worst stage 1 is Torracat, and the worst stage 2 is easily Delphox. I absolutely despise that Pokemon. I know people out there are going to probably like some of these, maybe. There must be some fans. But yeah, they're not the ones for me. I always see a ton of love for Mega Pokemon, and I do think some of them are incredible, but they didn't really go far enough with it to have it stick around. I think G-Max or V-Max, whatever you want to call it, is the best gimmick they've come up with by a mile. Obviously, it can affect all Pokemon. Some have special forms, which is the way it should have been done with Megas. I am kind of gutted they're getting rid of that for the Terra Steel or whatever it's called in Scarlet and Violet, because I absolutely love G-Max. I've got a massive plush of the Gengar G-Max behind me right now. Yeah, I just absolutely love the forms, and I am going to be sad to see them go. The Pokemon movies are good. I know they're not the most highly rated. I know some people don't enjoy them as much as the anime, but I think they're incredible. Some of them, like The Rise of Darkrai, is it? And the Latias one. Obviously, the original Pokemon movie. Then you've got even the newer ones. I'm quite enjoying the newer stuff. I'm very excited to see the Arceus Chronicles come out soon. I genuinely still enjoy those movies today. I watched The Rise of Darkrai, one of my favourites. I think that's what it's called. I hope that's what it's called. You know which one I mean anyway, something Darkrai. It's just cool to see more Pokemon. You get to see Pokemon you don't normally see. And that's how I find some of my favourite Pokemon from the movie. So for me, they're an integral part of the game, the series, the genre in general. I actually like the Ultra Beasts. Now, I know now I've said that I'm going to name some that aren't Ultra Beasts, but Blacephalon I think is an incredible design. Really like the Pokemon. Neoligo, I'm not sure how it's pronounced. But I love that design. It feels very alien, very creepy. A huge fan of it. I like some of the others. Buzzwole's okay. What else have we got? Guzzlord's quite cool. I don't like some of the others, so like Celesteal and stuff like that. Not a fan of Xurkitree. There's just too much going on there. They don't really feel like Pokemon. So part of the hot take is some of them are great and some of them are terrible. But those are my Pokemon hot takes. Like I say, drop yours in the comments below. That's all I've got for this episode. If you've made it to this point, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.